We're staying on top of this massive pileup in Orange County involving 50 vehicles. This is I-40 and I-85 meet. One person died, several others were injured.
The area where it happened has been closed for hours. WRAL's Willie Dannelly joining us live tonight from the scene. Willie, I understand you just spoke with the State Highway Patrol. They gave you a lot of new information. What did you learn?
Well, Lena, they confirmed with us that at least one person has died as a result of this car crash. This scene has been active since around 3 o'clock, and they're just starting to get some of those vehicles out of here. We've driven around this area and have seen no less than 8 car crashes today, but this one in Hillsborough takes the cake, and it is the worst that we've come across. WRAL spoke to one man who was involved in this crash, and he tells us he's lucky to walk away alive.
This is bad. It's bad.
This is the crash in Hillsborough that left at least one person dead and several people injured. According to the Orange County Emergency Management Coordinator Kirby Saunders, 2 tractor trailers jackknifed along I-85 where the highway merges with I-40. Around 50 cars were involved in the crash, 4 of them being semi-trucks. 11 patients were taken to the hospital.
Y'all need to be looking over your shoulder. They're coming down through here sideways, running, doing donuts and everything else. Bunch of freaking nuts.
Tim Richmond was one of the several drivers involved in the crash. He recorded this video from the scene.
And somebody lost control of their car, and they hit me from behind. It's about a 4 or 5 car wreck. Lord have mercy, man. Tore my truck up. But thanks be to God, who is the greatest power. Lord have mercy.
The ramp has remained closed for hours. Officials tell us 10 people were taken to warming shelters to get out of the cold conditions. Richmond advises drivers to take it easy on the roads and to leave plenty of room for error.
Y'all please be safe out here. It's a mess out here.
WRAL has reached out to State Highway Patrol to learn more information about this accident, exactly how many injuries were involved, were there any more fatalities, and when can drivers expect this ramp to be completely open? In Hillsborough, Willie Dannelly, WRAL News.
This is Brian Schrader in the WRAL Live Center, and new tonight, winter weather has forced schedule changes in every public school system in our area. As we take a live look at I-40 at Aviation Parkway, there's still some snow and ice out there, but this major road is still mostly wet, but it's a different story on secondary roads, and that's why Wake County schools announced they're going to be closed tomorrow. And as we take a look at all of the other school districts in our area, where you see the red, they all have canceled classes for Thursday. And the green counties here, they are on remote learning for tomorrow. That includes Chapel Hill, Carborough City Schools.
All right, thank you, Brian. The WRAL Storm Tracker was on the road for most of the day, traveling hundreds of miles on snow and ice-covered roads.
We want to give you the best idea of what you can expect on the roads overnight and into the morning. WRAL's Carly Haynes joining us now live from the WRAL Storm Tracker. So, Carly, tell us about conditions right now.
We have tracked these conditions from when it was that thick, heavy snow to that sleet, and now what we're seeing are these light little flurries. So here's a live look at the roads. Still a lot of precipitation down on the roads. We were just behind some DOT trucks that were plowing and brining simultaneously. We're on I-87 right now, and those made a huge difference when we were behind them. So they are out and about. They are working even at this hour, and we saw just some of the effects of these road conditions earlier in the day. We were right here on 87, but we were near exit 5. This was around 6 o'clock today, where we saw several cars that spun out. They were pressed against guardrails. We saw a big truck being towed away, which had led to a decent backup on 87 for part of the day. Department of Transportation just yesterday warning that interstates were going to be prone to pileups as a result to higher speeds and more cars on the roads, and that's why those interstates like 87 are a priority for both brining and plowing. And then you mentioned those secondary roads as part of what's playing into these school closures, and we also saw that. This was on Atlantic Avenue, right between East Millbrook Road and Spring Forest Road, and that was around 3 where we saw 2 people had crashed head on, 1 person taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, another with a broken leg. We have seen just more than 1,000 crashes that Highway Patrol has responded to around the state. Just here in Wake County EMS responded to at least 39 since 1 p.m. today.
We also have to remember here in the South, it's not just fluffy snow like it might be up north, but we have ice. And so that plays a role into it as well. And that is something that people might not take into thought when they're driving.
And back out here live on the roads, we're going to be looking out for ice heading in overnight as those temperatures really drop, and then also for that second band of snow that we're expecting to see during that morning commute. Carly Haynes, WRL News, live in the Storm Tracker.